Right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Back out here on these highways ahead, another opportunity to make our call and election sure. It's your brother Kalab, also go by Hope, Grace, and Mercy.
I'm the brother Lab, also go by Heart of David.
Before we go any further, we're going to face the east. We give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, teaching his truth in its entirety. And also, double honor to all the other elders out here pushing this truth at 144%. And we're going to just get started with today's lesson. But before we go any further, as we always do, we're going to come out with a couple of articles, things that's going on in the times right now. But also we know that there's so many things going on right now, you know, we just giving a glimpse of some of the things, you know, that we see, that we see coming out. All right, and this is coming from the End Time headlines. It says UK scientist begins developing vaccine against. I shouldn't have said that.
That's all good.
Oh yeah. All right, I will start over. UK scientist begins developing against the new future pandemic called Disease X. So they already get prepared for something to come. And that's how you know that these things are man-made, because you get prepared for something that's, you know what I'm saying, later on down the line that's supposed to come out, you know. You know, it's not like you get prepared putting on your rain boots and grabbing your raincoat because the forecast says it's gonna rain tomorrow. You know, this is a pestilence, you know what I'm saying, that's about to take place on this earth, but we know that it's man-made. And I saw that on one of the articles, how I went to the comments where you got number Edomites on the comment boards telling you can stick it up, you know, where the sun don't shine. You know what I'm saying? Saying things like, yeah, sure, I'll be ready to take it. I'll be standing in line, LOL. You know, things like that. These devils are through, man. Even their own people can understand that, you know what I'm saying? It's all a money game, and it's all it's just to take care. I mean, it's just another way to get rid of some of the people on the earth and stuff like that.
That's why the CDC, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, that's why they put that word control before prevention. The minute they go control and put that stuff out there, that's prioritized over actually preventing the different illnesses. They control up.
How you pronounce his brother's name? I don't want to speak.
Oh, Mashak. I'm thinking Mashak, Yahawah's messengers.
Okay.
Yeah, Shalom, Mashak, Yahawah's messengers.
Shalom. And it's because I got a bad glare on my phone, man. My phone is showing black. You know, that's why I can hardly ever see the comment board. So lock you for that, but Shalom for tuning in, brother.
And Shalom to the brother Yahawah. Hey, fire lessons. I just hit you in the comments a little bit ago. Lord willing, we the winner circle.
Yes, sir.
And Shalom to my mom, daughter Yahawah. Y'all bashing me outside Barakadam to y'all.
What you saying, brother?
Oh, that was it. Center of Disease Control and Prevention.
Yep.
They prioritize controlling the illness over actually preventing it.
Right. They put it out there and then control it.
Yeah.
Order out of chaos.
They throw that word prevention there as a cover-up.
Yep. All right. The next article coming from the End Time headlines, and it reads, Pastor Jamal Bryant claims who the world ignorantly calls Jesus was wrong 85% of his life. Bro,
Wrong about what?
saying that he wasn't walking in, he wasn't doing the things that his heavenly Father wanted him to do 85% of the time, but he was doing what his earthly Father wanted him to do.
See, I
85% of the time.
I hate niggas like that, because was you there to see?
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And guess what? As soon as he said that, he said, oh, there's some people in here gone to sleep. Preach! Tell them! As soon as he said that, I'm like, bro, I can't wait, man.
Yeah.
Wake them up! Tell them! You better preach, Pastor! What the hell? Like, man, in the congregation of the dead, though.
Oh, yeah, straight up.
That's all. Just dead men talking out loud.
Yep, dead man talking, dead man walking.
Yep. All right, and the next one says, the era of humans in the newsroom is coming to an end. So they got AI about to step in. You know what I'm saying? They got robots about to step in. You know what I'm saying? And be doing all the forecasts. So you know they definitely gonna only be saying what the elites want them to say, man.
Oh yeah.
You know. And I seen a clip. I was almost like 200 different news stations all over the United States. They was all programmed to say the same thing. They all had the same speech. All look at them. You know, that's they flicks when they ride past us, make that noise, but hey, you ain't messing up nothing, man.
Yeah.
You're just marking yourself.
Uh-huh.
All right. Next article says record hot ocean temp could turbocharge hurricane season. And you know that's another seasonal catastrophe. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing that we get an opportunity to witness that brings more destruction to Babylon the Great and all throughout the four corners of the earth. You see what's going on out there in Hawaii? You know, the death toll is at, I think like I got it. I'll just bring this out with it. It says 80 dead in Maui and over 1,500 still missing from apocalyptic fires. So you got 80 confirmed dead and 1,500 people missing. So we know through the power of Spirit of YAHAWASHI that death toll is going to continue to rise. Because at one point when they had that hurricane, that earthquake over there in Turkey, the number started off at 150. And then by the time you get off work, you look at it again, the number jumped. And it just kept on jumping. Yeah. So you know, hey man, this is all part of YAHAWASHI movement. All you Edomites going into captivity, you fucking devil. Yeah, roll the window up.
Oh, you gotta, hey, you being recorded too. You see him trying to record?
Yeah.
You being recorded too.
Yeah, trying to record. They got that, they rolled that window up so quick. Yeah. Mommy, what is he talking about? Captivity.
See, they some cowards, bro.
Yeah, drove off.
I ain't come here to work like the brother Ahmawan said. At one point he was like, it's a parking spot right here. Come get your judgment. Weirdos, bro.
I love watching that brother, man.
Oh yeah.
He got great energy, man. Yeah. When I said that, boy, that window went up there.
Real quick.
They ain't want they kids to know what's gonna happen to them.
That's what it is, yeah.
You know?
Like we want to go see them.
Right. All right. This one right here comes from another article called Rap Stroll. It says Atlanta KFC worker arrested after opening fire and wounding a woman during lunch rush hour. That's crazy, bro. This Judite brother got a gun on him
at work.
At KFC, man. Excuse me, they probably got that special going on at KFC, man. He got tired of putting them combos together, man. Then people up in there talking shit.
Edomites complain today. You know, the workload increasing.
Right.
But they you know what I'm saying, they don't want to pay you for what you're working for.
Yeah.
Brother probably walking on glass.
Yep.
You know, Edomites spreading them at work, stressed out.
Got stuff he's dealing with outside of captivity.
Yeah, see. You know, if it weren't for the spirit of YAHAWASHI, I might be one of these recordings that open up on somebody at work. And I ain't gonna open fire on somebody, but I might just start backhanding everybody.
Right.
Got a serious slapper at work.
And you know what I'm saying, what could be even worse that you can do to them, you tell them what they judging it gonna be.
Yeah, hey, that too.
That's even worse.
Yep.
That'll be a horrifying thing to them, man.
Yeah.
Right? That's all on the article. You want to go get out into it.
All right. Hey, so the title of the lesson, me and the brother Kalab, we titled it "Prepared for the Hour, the Day, the Month, and the Year." Hey, because everything is a build up to that final moment, which we're gonna get into what that moment is. And really, that moment is the destruction of America, which we're gonna get that precept out, you know, part way through the lesson. You know, but everything is a build up to that. And, you know, Americans being full of pride, they think the world revolves around them. Hey, but in that hour, that day, that month of that year, you're gonna find out the world ain't about you. You're gonna find out that it's actually something bigger that's controlling everything, and you just a small fragment of this bigger reality. You know, you're gonna find out that you're not so important unless you of the elect. Because the world ain't about none of us, it's about Yahawashi. And Revelation said that all things was created for his pleasure. You know, Book of Ecclesiastes 36:6 say, you know, make new signs and strange wonders, that thy right hand may be glorified. You know, the right hand of the Heavenly Father is Yahawashi. So everything is created to glorify the Son, to exalt him. It's not about you people. If we are the elect, it's about us too, because we're part of Yahawashi's story. Sir. Hey, so preparing, and that's what we do these lessons for, pretty much us being outcasts of society, we preparing for that final moment. You know, hoping that we could continue on in his story, you know, not be destroyed. Hey, because, you know, every day is somebody's birthday, a baby shower, an anniversary, a girl's trip, boys' night out. It's a payday somewhere. Hey, but we coming to the point to that final day was gonna be the day of the Lord. It's gonna be Yahawashi's day. Everybody else had their day, well, the Lord gonna have his day. And his day gonna be the final say so.
It's gonna be a big day too.
And just like you got a birthday and a payday every day, there's also a funeral every day. Hey, that's the day of the Lord too, for individuals, you know, that die, you know, randomly on different days. That was the day of the Lord for them. Well, the day of the Lord is coming, hey, for everybody on earth. Hey, we can't wait for that.
Can't wait for that big day, man. All right, so the first precept we're gonna start off with is coming from the book of Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 13. And it reads, therefore, thus says the Lord Yahweh thy power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
And this is all the build up to the day of the Lord. Pretty much the Lord summarized the two sides. And when it says the servants, this is talking about the nation of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. This ain't talking about the other nations of people. Right. So among the nation of people, the nation of Israel, the Lord's servants gonna eat and drink in the famine. We're gonna be happy. We're gonna be healthy in the pestilence. We're gonna be protected when the sword is sent out. And overall, from start to finish, we're gonna rejoice through all of this. But anybody who's not of the elect, you're not serving Yahawashi, you're gonna be ashamed. And when you other nations fit in that, all the other nations gonna be ashamed, you know, no matter what. They can't serve the Lord, therefore they also can't be protected through these times. And the Lord said, my servants shall rejoice. Ultimately, we're gonna be kept alive. So we're gonna be rejoicing to be alive, because we're not gonna die of starvation. We're not gonna die of the pestilence. We're not gonna die from the sword. But everybody that's gonna be ashamed, hey, that's synonymous with death. You know, you're gonna be ashamed and filled with grief and sorrow on your way out.
Sir.
And that's all the build up to the day of the Lord.
And a lot of those 2/3 are gonna be even more ashamed, because they gonna see how they had an opportunity to eat in a time of famine. They gonna have opportunity to see. They gonna see how they had an opportunity to have drink in a time of thirst. You know, because they could have been a part of, you know, the 1/3, but they didn't hearken and come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi. See, those heathens, they role is to just, you know what I'm saying, be judged in that day. But a lot of our people are gonna be wishing that they hearken to the voice of Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi. But it's gonna be too late. They're gonna be $1 too short and a day too late in that time. You know, because the servants of Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi, the 1/3, the ones that will be scarcely saved, it's gonna be impossible for you to not see who Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi is dealing with in that time. You know what I'm saying? All because they didn't hearken, you know?
real quick, keep it at this, verse 14. Isaiah 66 and 14. Hey, and that's the dynamic of the Lord. On one end, his servants gonna be rejoicing, and on the other end, the wicked of our people gonna be ashamed. That's that dynamic of life and death. We're gonna be rejoicing for life, and they're gonna be ashamed on their way out of here. So the same power that's gonna keep us alive gonna be killing others.
This is coming from the book, still in Isaiah chapter 66, picking back up at verse 14. And when you, Salaki, and when ye see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like an herb, and the hand of the Lord shall be known towards his servants.
So the hand of the Lord gonna be known toward his servants. Who the hand of the Lord? YAHAWASHI. YAHAWASHI gonna be a helping hand to the elect.
Sir. And his indignation towards his enemies.
So on the other hand, so one hand, YAHAWASHI gonna be a helping hand to us, but that same hand is gonna show his wrath and indignation and to the wicked of our people as well as the other nations. So that's that same dynamic of life and death, rejoicing and being ashamed. The Lord being a helping hand to us, which we're gonna rejoice in that, and that's gonna preserve our life. On the other hand, the Lord gonna show his fierce wrath and fiery anger and indignation toward the wicked of our people in the other nations. That's gonna put them to shame and ultimately to their death. And they're gonna find out in that day that they wasn't so important.
Can you imagine? The scripture says that, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna rejoice in that day. Can you imagine when it's all types of judgments being played out, all kinds of mass destruction, famines, you know, all the many unlimited ways that Yahawashi can bring judges to your doorstep. Can you imagine as horrific as those times gonna be? It's just gonna be as good for the elect on the other hand, or on the flip side, you know, rejoicing in the time of people's destruction. You know, anything that Yahawashi say that is gonna happen and he gonna do, we believe and trust in that. So we looking forward to that day. Yeah, we are looking forward to being beamed up out of this captivity before the missiles hit. But also we want to take place in everything that Yahawashi that he said he gonna do for the elect. You know, the 1/3, Lord willing, we a part of that number. I mean, it's gonna be one of those things where you just gotta be there, man. And we hoping to be there, man. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. It's gonna be a beautiful thing in that time, man, to be eating and drinking when everybody else is suffering, man. All because they was hard-headed. You know, all because they wasn't a part of the elect. This is Yahawashi movie, man, and he sees fit to give the role to whoever he wants to, man.
Hey, yeah, and like the brother said, you know, we're gonna be rejoicing. You know, why wouldn't we rejoice? Everybody's stomachs touching their spinal cord, we're gonna be eating. Why wouldn't you clap and be rejoiced?
Stomach touching that back.
Yeah, so yeah, we're not gonna be, Lord willing, we part of that elect. We're not gonna feel bad or feel sorry for nobody neither. It's not gonna be our place to feel, you know, to feel sorry. You know, we're gonna rejoice in that.
Right, reading on the next precept coming from the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 27, and it reads, "And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your power Yahweh, and none else, and my servants shall never be ashamed."
Yeah, so it says that the whole world gonna know that he is in the midst of Israel, nobody else. You know, and it says, "I'll be your God and none else." So why the fuck in that precept, you know? That's one I ain't seen in a while. And it says, "My people shall never be ashamed." His people Israel, more specifically his elect. And when it says his people won't be ashamed, meaning really we not gonna die. Being ashamed, that's the Lord having a polished up way of saying, you know, that they gonna die. It says we gonna never be ashamed, meaning we part of the elect, we not gonna die. Except, you know, for those who gotta make that sacrifice for the truth, they're gonna be resurrected soon after. Right. But the elect won't be ashamed through the famine, the sword, the pestilence, and the destruction. Even in the kingdom to come, we're gonna be the first fruits of the kingdom.
Right. Even the little small things, not Even the little small things, so like you like not having to be being told why these things are happening up on the earth. Because when it go down, we know so many people gonna have the same question on is why this happening? Why is this happening to us? What's going on? You know, but we know that when all hell breaks loose, like I seen an article on End Time Headlines, it says, you know how the brother they had that little young YouTube personality dude, he had all those people gathering in New York for PlayStation. They had used a screenshot of that, and it says if they rided it for free PlayStation, just imagine what they gonna do for when it ain't no food in these stores. And when that happens, people are gonna be losing their mind. This ain't gonna be you finna lose your job or nothing like that. When ain't no food, ain't no water, ain't no medicine, and you don't know if you'll ever get it again, just think of the mind frame people gonna be in at that time, man.
Yeah.
You know, they gonna be willing to do just about anything, you know what I'm saying, just to get something to eat, to get something to drink. You know, but to have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, to know that if the Lord is dealing with you, then you have nothing to worry about. But that's how you make your bed soft now, by coming out here to these highways and hedges, by calling on the names of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, and returning to your true power. And Lord willing, that's what we doing right now, man. Right here at this moment in time.
Now, I'm gonna pull up a side piece I want you to get real quick. I want you to get let me see. I want you to get 25. But like the brother said, we not gonna be ashamed in the big things or the small things. Like he said, not knowing the answers of what's going on and having to be told, you know, that's what contributes to the misery of some of our people. Because the Lord said great misery is coming to those who walk in great pride. That misery ain't just the famine, the sword, and the pestilence. And that misery is a state of mind too. Not knowing what to do, where to go, what the end gonna be. You don't see no light in none of this darkness. And we gonna get this real quick that, you know, people gonna be miserable, not just in the flesh, but mentally. And
Shalom to the brother Nakawan.
Hey, Shalom, bro. See you soon, Lord willing, not.
Lord willing, see your brother soon, man. All right, this is coming from the book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 25. And there will be strange signs in the sun, moon, and stars. And here on earth, the nations will be in turmoil, perplexed by the roaring seas and strange tides.
I see that word perplexed. The nations will be perplexed. And I'm gonna just put this up in the Blue Letter Bible room. That word perplexed, the cold word.
Yes, sir. That means like despair. Like I looked it up yesterday. I ain't got internet on this one. You gonna pull it up?
Yeah. Hey, I swear, I done heard brothers say it before. Esau be playing with the Blue Letter Bible, bro.
Let me see. Man. You know you're playing with these phones.
Yeah,
man.
hold on. Maybe he's just it.
I got on YouTube the other day, bro, and all my settings was changed.
Esau a damn hoe.
Just out the blue.
Esau a straight hoe. So this word perplexity, I found it says to be without resources, without food and water, without answers, to be in straits. That's to be in distress in a hard place, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, that's you being ashamed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn. So yeah, we're not gonna be ashamed physically, but also mentally. We're not gonna be in doubt. We're not gonna be confused, lost, not knowing which way to turn. It reads to be at loss with oneself. That's your mind breaking. You completely lose yourself and you go crazy. And it says to be in doubt, not to know how to decide or what to do. That's that perplexity. You know, we're gonna know exactly what to do and what decisions to make. And the people not knowing, that's what contributes to their misery and them being ashamed before the Lord take them out.
Yes, sir.
Hey, but the Lord's servants, the elect, shall never be ashamed. The Lord gonna be known in the elect of the nation of Israel.
We're gonna be able to know who YAHAWASHI outside dealing with in that day. way for you to not understand and see that, man. Even a blind man is gonna be able to see that, man.
Straight up. Hey, it's gonna be blind people that make it.
Oh yeah. Blind people that's gonna be healed.
Yup. Lord might give them their eyesight just for Jacob's trouble.
Yeah.
Or, you know, they
Oh man, you get your
Imagine that.
eyesight when right before that missile kiss you on your forehead.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Got more.
Oh, no, that was it.
Right. Reading on. Next precept is coming from the book of Micah, chapter 7.
No, I'm tripping. Sorry about that.
Next precept is coming from the book of Micah, chapter 7 and verse 11. In the day that thy walls are to be built, in that day shall the decree be far removed.
Hey, yeah, so the walls is being built up right now. Hey, Jerusalem, the house of David, is being built up right now. And, you know, the breach is being closed up. Hey, this that spiritual temple that's being built up right now, which will protect us, you know, so that we can rejoice inside of those walls and not be ashamed for those who will be on the outside.
Making YAHAWASHI your strong tower right now.
And yeah, that's what the walls are. It's a tower, a fortress, and that's going to eventually morph into the chariots. You know, chariot is a flying tower, a flying fortress, you know, all of that.
It's all protection. Any type of protection that you can receive in the day of the Lord, you know, it's going to definitely come from YAHAWASHI. Ain't nobody going to be able to mistake and get protection. Ain't nobody going to accidentally stumble upon protection if they not a part of that elect number that's supposed to have it. You know, now we know that it's going to be some wealthy Edomites that's going to be in the bunkers, you know what I'm saying? But they are just being preserved. It's written in the scriptures that's going to take place. But that don't mean that it's really protection. It's just written for them to be preserved until a certain, like you say, a certain day, a certain hour, and a certain time.
Yep.
You know, and even they going to get their judgment, you know? But most of their judgment is going to be the first fruits of employment in the kingdom.
They're gonna be the first hire.
First hire.
Like the boy Don.
The first hire and never to be fired.
Okay, straight up.
For real.
Hired
man.
at birth.
Right.
Like that boy Don from the brother, you know, Yahawada.
Yep.
And like the brother said, you know, they being preserved for that hour, that day, that month of that year. They making preparations on the left hand side. We making preparations on the right hand side for that day. These walls are being built up so we can be within. Well, they got physical walls, underground bunkers, hey, that they gonna be in, just so we can pluck them up out of there.
And then the law is so cold, you know how the curse is for us. We are the last to get hired, but the first to get fired. You know, they're gonna be the first to get hired and to never be fired.
Yep.
You know, well, at least for 1,000 years.
Yep.
You know, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing, man, to witness all that. That's why coming out here in these elements, no matter what it is. You know, yesterday it was 100, it was 108. You know, I don't know what the temperature is no more. I just stopped keeping up with it, honestly. If it come across my desk and I know what the temperature is, I just know it's hot. You know what I'm saying? So coming out here in these elements, you know what I'm saying, is a pleasure, man. You know, to make our bodies a living sacrifice for YAHAWASHI. You know, like the scripture we just read, like the brother was expounding on, building up those walls. You know, we building up our walls brick by brick right now. You know, and when that time comes, we gonna be so thankful that YAHAWASHI broke us up and brought us into this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, because that ain't gonna be nothing more important than YAHAWASHI in the day of the Lord, man. Ain't nothing gonna come near it. You ain't gonna even be able to fake it. See, right now, everybody got their jobs. They still can spend their money. They can come and go as they please here in this captivity. But in the day of the Lord, that's the only thing that's gonna be popping on that day, man. And I can't wait. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. And you know what? Lately, we've been having a lot of Edomites, man, spying on us, man.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, in plain sight, pulling up. We had one Edomite pull up on us in a regular car, but when he cracked his window, we see backseat like a police would have. You know, people rolling up, taking pictures, videos, and look, he gone now. You know, as soon as I turned around and acknowledged we seen him back there, he drove off. Hey man, but that's okay. Y'all watching us, and Yahawashi watching y'all too.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? Everything is being recorded. Everything is being recorded.
Yeah, in the day of the Lord, you know, everybody gonna take part in that day. So like you might have a birthday party or a wedding celebration. You know, everybody ain't invited. But the day of the Lord, all the inhabitants of the earth is invited.
Yes,
and it's probably, for the most part, it's not for the good neither.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, you've been invited to danger.
Yeah.
The next precept is coming
Oh,
from...
real quick, my bad. I think it was Mysteries of the Kingdom I was listening to. They say, oh, when something happened, unfortunate, oh, he was at the wrong place
At the wrong
time.
No,
and
you
through
was at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, in the spirit, you was supposed to be there.
Yep.
That's exactly what the Lord wanted you.
Yep. All right, next precept is coming from Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4, and it reads, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues."
Yeah, so who is this her? The great whore, the virgin daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great, America. That's why America, the face of America is Lady Liberty. That's the great whore.
Yep.
Holding up that golden cup of the abominations.
Yep.
The Lord says, come out of her. That don't mean go back to Africa or Australia. Come out of this place spiritually, being detached. And when you come out, you're gonna leave this place to end up somewhere else. Because see, the people that don't come out of America, that's because America is their destination. America is their final resting place. Well, the Lord said, don't let this place be your final destination. Come out of this. Our destination gonna be in the walls that we building up, that the brother just pulled out in the book of Micah. So leave this place to get in these walls that's being built up in the spirit. Hey, because you in this place, this is hey, you gonna be left for dead.
In the congregation of the day.
Uh-huh.
All right. Next precept is coming from the book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 7. And it reads, "Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our Yahweh, for he will abundantly pardon."
So the Lord said, let the wicked of our people forsake his way, the unrighteous of our people forsake his thoughts, and return to the Lord. In other words, the Lord is saying, come out of America, come out of what you're doing in the world, and come back to me. Yeah, because he said, forsake all that and return to him. And the Lord is not in the world. The world is one destination, but the Lord is another destination. And inside of those walls, upon returning back to the Lord, that's who he's going to have mercy on, and that's who he's going to pardon. But anybody else who's going to return, he's not going to have mercy and not going to pardon.
And just like for a person that committed a serious crime or had to go to prison for something, for them to receive a pardon, that means they were guilty of something. And to receive that pardon, that means you have been forgiven for your crime to society. And for Yahawashi, he gonna pardon our iniquities. He gonna pardon our sins. Because we know that we have gone off. We deserve to be in this captivity that we are in. This wasn't no mistake. Yahawashi wasn't mad at us and just did this to us because he wanted to. Even though he has the power, to form the clay out of whatever he wants to. But at the same time, Yahawashi, he letting you know that you could be pardoned. 1/3 of his people is going to be pardoned, out of this captivity for their sins, for their transgression. And why wouldn't you want to be pardoned? Who is in prison right now or in jail? They offer a pardon and they say, well, nah, I'm going to ride this prison thing out to see where it takes me. No, you're going to be happy as hell to get up out of that captivity, to get out of prison. And that's what Yahawashi is letting you know. But the prophets that's on the highways and hedges right now, Lord willing, we a part of that elect number. Our families, all the true believers, sincere believers, even brothers who ain't on the highways and hedges, but they sincerely believe, in the testimony of YAHAWASHI that's gonna be a part of that 1/3. We know about this party, and we want to be a part of it. Yeah, we got sentenced to this and that. But you said something about a pardon? Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that, man? We want any type of mercy. That's mercy. A pardon is mercy. The court's giving you mercy to let you out early or let you up out of your situation. And we want to be forgiven. We want that mercy that comes from YAHAWASHI. Ain't nothing like it. They serving steak today in the penitentiary. You can stay and eat your steak or you can go home early. What you think they gonna choose? Man, we want to go home, man. We don't want nothing that this place offers. We want to be pardoned up out of this place, man. That just cut and dry, man. Don't nobody, well, we don't want to be here no more, man. You got a lot of people that want this place to go on forever, man. I want to get up out of here as soon as possible, not a day or a minute or an hour later than I can.
And that's the spirit too, like how you say, you're in the penitentiary, but they serving steak and potatoes.
Right.
You're gonna take this food or go home. That's why the Lord said, let the wicked forsake his way. You might like that food. That's equivalent to the ways of America, things of the world. You may like this stuff. The Lord said, forsake what you like. Forsake your ways of the world. And an unrighteous man forsake his thoughts. In other words, the Lord said, F what you think, F your thoughts. Come back to me. F what you doing. Come back to me, and I'm a party.
Man, it ain't no way to look at it no other kind of way, man. You could either choose life or you could choose death, man. And not choosing YAHAWASHI, you 100% choosing death, man.
Yeah.
You're choosing death to go against YAHAWASHI. We went against him before, and look where it landed us. We still in our captivity. We still the last hired and the first to get fired. We still getting shot down in the streets. You know what I'm saying? We still getting worked to death at our captivity. We still getting treated unfair in this place at our captivities. Some people in their household, forsake your ignorant ways, man. YAHAWASHI, he got good. He got good coming to those that love him, man.
Oh yeah. So the Lord saying, F your thoughts, F what you doing. That's like, let's say you got a company and you looking for employees. You spot some brothers, they got a job elsewhere. Right. You like, hey brother, F that job, I got something better for you. Right. That's why the Lord said, forsake your ways and forsake your thoughts. You got something better. Come take part of my story that I got. Because the story of the world is about to end by fire. And for those who wish to stay in captivity, your captivity gotta end. Gotta end. And it's not gonna end the way you like it if you choose to be here. So one way or another, the Lord gonna get us out of America. You may get out by the chariots, or you may get out by death, the nuclear missiles, the famine, etc. So yeah. So F all of this, like the Lord said, come see what He talking about, because really it's about Him. Take part in His story. And the nuclear missiles is gonna be a big F you to America and to the world. That's will be the ultimate day where worldwide everybody gonna know that the world don't revolve around them, that it's a greater power, a greater existence, and He having His way at the moment.
Right. It's definitely bigger than us, man.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely bigger than a 2/3. It's bigger than a Edomite. It's bigger than a heathen. This story is way bigger. And everybody does play a role, But hopefully, Lord willing, we are part of that number. The 1/3 plays a big role too, man.
Yeah.
It plays a very big role in this thing. To be able to see this place go from sugar to shit, that's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. To see it all go down, man. To not be taken up out of the earth and come back in the kingdom as a newborn baby.
Yeah.
Lord willing, we are part of that number. My expectations are to live. Is to come up out of Babylon, to be beamed up on those chariots. Before beamed up on the chariots, destruction has to come to be saved out of that destruction. to be fed in the famine, to have water when it's a drought of water, you know. But hope, I mean, but at the end of the day, to continue to have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding when it's a famine of the word.
Oh yeah, not being perplexed.
Yep.
Not losing
Hope.
your mind,
Yep.
losing hope,
Yep.
not knowing what decisions to make and what actions to take.
Hey, yeah.
You know, being clueless.
Right. Instead of worrying about where your next meal gonna come from, you just sitting back and waiting until YAHAWASHI leads the way. What do you want me to do now? You know, instead of worrying about taking instructions from a man or this and that, or wondering and struggling. Hey man, we got YAHAWASHI on autopilot, man.
Autopilot, speed dial,
Right.
so all of that. Speakerphone,
Everything. Bluetooth.
yeah.
You know, YAHAWASHI, hey man, he's so important, man. He's so important. And when all hell breaks loose, man, and when these people wondering why all this is happening, why this happening to me, hey, because you wasn't out there on them highways and hedges. You wasn't making YAHAWASHI your strong tower and the opportunity and the chance when you could have did this or you could have did that. You thought you was choosing life, but you was really choosing death. You know, and the people who you thought was looking like fools, they was choosing life. You know?
And that's the spirit too, cause like, let's say when people having a party, when they see you working building on something, they looking at you like you crazy.
Right.
Right, bro, I'm doing something for my benefit. I'm gonna get some kind of payment later. Y'all just wasting
Right.
your life, your time, your funds.
Right.
And that's what we doing. We laboring, and they looking at us like we crazy because we working.
Right. And while they out there partying and looking at us crazy because we laboring, we really looking at them like, and what are you actually partying for?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What is going on that you need to party here in this place, man? Like if the world knew what was really coming to this place, man, it'd be so much chaos going on. But they gonna all know at the same time, but at that time it's gonna be too late. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be too late. You know, and we can't wait, man. I can't wait.
Oh man, me
I can't wait, man, till YAHAWASHI put it all in these people's face, man.
Yup.
Don't take my word for it. You try to explain it to your family members till you blue in the face. And then when you get done, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to look into that. You know what I'm saying? And they blow you off or whatever, but hey, you ain't blowing me off.
Or they say, oh, that's good information.
Yeah.
All information ain't good information.
Right.
There's
Right.
levels to information.
YAHAWASHI gonna make them out of believers real soon, man.
Oh yeah.
Real soon. All right, next precept is coming from the book of Isaiah, chapter 63 and verse 4. And it reads, for the day of vengeance is mine, Salaki. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come.
Yeah. So that's that hour or that day or that month or that year.
Yep.
You know, we looking forward to that. And YAHAWASHI, look, hey, Lord, he probably in the spirit world pacing back and forth, waiting on that day. And just like we brought out earlier, beginning of the lesson, Isaiah 65 and 13. You know, my servants shall rejoice. Hey, but the wicked gonna be ashamed. Well, the wicked, they're gonna take part in the Lord's vengeance. That's why they're gonna be ashamed. They're gonna be left for dead and then put to death. Hey, in the year of the redeemed, that's the elect. The elect gonna be redeemed, and that's gonna be the reason we be rejoicing. That's why the Lord said, my servants shall rejoice. Hey, but the wicked of my people gonna be ashamed. That's the dynamic. Like we read, I think Isaiah 66:14, that the hand of the Lord shall be known toward his servants, and wrath and indignation toward his enemies. That's the dynamic of the Lord, you know. Vengeance on one hand, but a helping hand and salvation to his elect. It's a certain hour of the day. You know, things gonna be cool up to 3:59.
Right.
Hey, but 4 o'clock, the missiles might appear. That's gonna be a heavy moment, you know. People in the smart cities, we still gonna be on the run. wondering, hey, that clock will be ticking. It's gonna be a certain minute, a certain hour, a day, a month, a year.
When it's gonna be exactly what it is,
yeah.
Man.
Hey, the Lord, you know, if it ain't this year, it's next year, but it's approaching. Then we gonna hit that month. Then we gonna hit that day. You see how time flying.
What? It's the 15th, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, just paid rent the other day.
Straight up.
I feel like I just paid rent the other day. We halfway out of this thing, man. Halfway out of the month already, man. And I'm of course, you know, without a doubt, I'm looking forward to the day of the Lord, you know. But we still gotta play it out day by day. Yep. I can't wait till the 22nd hit when the BRICS nation money come to life.
Yeah.
You know, it says that it's gonna take $55 of our money to accumulate to $1 of the BRICS nation. You know, I can't wait till this place fall, man. And so many people be wondering, well, if that's gonna take place, then why are you hoping it happens soon? Because the sooner it get bad for this place, man, the sooner it get better for us.
Yeah.
And I can't wait, man. I can't wait till the destruction come to this place, man. It's gonna be a beautiful, beautiful time, man. A beautiful time, like we going into like the lesson. A year, a day, a time, a month, an hour, man. A second.
Yeah.
You know? At one point, man, it's gonna all go down. Oh man, and everybody gonna be able to see, man, that you should have been serving YAHAWASHI every second of your day. Do I come out and teach every day? No. Do I make a lesson every day? No. Do I serve YAHAWASHI to the best of my ability every day? Yes.
Yeah, return to the Lord every day.
Every day.
It's not a one-time thing.
Yeah, I ain't worrying about the lessons that we did last week. I ain't thinking about the time that I went out to the highway, to the hedges by myself. You know what I'm saying? We doing it right now.
Gotta do it again.
Gotta do it again and again and again, just like us. We are hard-headed. We stiff-necked. We sinners. You know what I'm saying? We gotta ask for forgiveness on a day-to-day basis. You can't ask for forgiveness Sunday and live your life throughout the whole month however you want to. It don't work like that, you know? I mean, I know you would think that it does, but it don't. And for you thinking like that, you're going to have to reap a harsh punishment for that, man. But hey, ultimately, that's a part of YAHAWASHI's movie for you to not get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
I'm going to make one more point on this. So again, Isaiah 63:4, for the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. Hey, so all people, they're going to have a final hour.
Yep.
You know,
Shalom.
Whether it be destruction or salvation, you know, there's going to be many hours that come upon the people of the earth. You know, it's going to be a certain hour that individuals going to die of the famine. There's going to be certain hours that people actually die of real illnesses out here and die of the sword. But there's a final hour. That's the day of the Lord. And that's what the Lord got his mind set on. It's in his heart. He's thinking about it. Thinking about coming to destroy his enemies,
man, it's hell,
and to come back for his woman. And them the two things about Jay. We all about stunting on our enemies. Yeah. Man, when I come up, man, when I get right, and then
I get my money.
Yeah, right. And then Jake always got a woman, a particular woman that's on his mind when he come up. Yeah. Like, man, when I get right, I'm gonna go and I'm
gonna get that girl, man.
Yeah, that's what the Lord doing.
Like you said, pacing back and forth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Marriage is coming, man. Will you be a part of the marriage? Will you be at the wedding? You know, if not, I mean, you outside.
I'm glad you brought that up because that was in my thoughts last night when I was taking some discussion. Like how at the beginning of the lesson we say, you know, people got birthdays, they got weddings, they got paydays. Well, the day of the Lord gonna be all of that for the elect. This is the wedding, the Lord coming back for his wife, the people of Israel. Hey, this gonna be our birthday, the birth of a nation. Hey, this gonna be the real Juneteenth. You know, the second Exodus. You know, this gonna be the real payday. You know, and actually we're gonna be promoted. Hey, being promoted is you moving up. We're gonna literally move up, going up on them chariots.
Can you imagine, You know, these feelings and the emotions that's gonna be going through
Yup.
brothers and sisters' bodies when they realize when it's confirmed that YAHAWASHI was dealing with you. You know what I'm saying? For all the things that you did in his name's sake, he got a reward coming. And when you get beamed up, can you imagine the feelings and the thoughts that's gonna be going through our minds, Lord willing, we a part of that number to make it up out of this place. Man, once you make it on that chariot, it's a wrap.
Hey, that's a spirit.
Man, you will never have another bad day, another day in your life. That right there, man, it blows my mind just thinking about that. Just thinking about knowing that if we, Lord willing, we endure to the end and we make it up on those chariots, you'll never have another day where you.
Oh man. See, that's
Man, they think it's they
everything
think
is game to them.
everything is funny and everything.
Everything's
Hey.
for entertainment. That's why the Lord said, "Woe to the land when the king is a child."
Woo! Boy, I'm telling you, man, these people do not know what's coming to this place, man. They do not know. Every time we come out here, every time I see a brother going live, every time I see a brother upload a video, man, I'm thankful and grateful for being able to understand this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and to understand the times that we living in. I don't take this for granted, man. I don't play with this. You know, I had a conversation with my wife yesterday, while she was driving to work, and about what I'm saying, going out there on the highways and hedges and you know what I'm saying, not caring about how we look like fools for YAHAWASHI's sake. You know, it's a beautiful thing to be a part of this wise counsel, man, because guess what? It's gonna pay off.
That's the real payday.
That's the real payday. You're right, that's the real payday. But when this payday comes, this ain't gonna be no big old check that you can spend and splurge for the weekend, and then I see y'all Monday when you go back to work. No, this payday is gonna be everlasting. You know, it's gonna be something that you can't fathom, man. Just thinking about being rewarded by YAHAWASHI, man. I mean, you can't even fathom what it's gonna be like, man. You know, but you can fathom what that destruction gonna be like if you ain't in this wise counsel. You don't have that hedge of protection about you.
Now it's all about something like you was going into a payday of the world, your funds diminish.
Yep.
You know, each day you spend it, your funds get lower and lower.
Yep.
Well, our payday with the Lord, there's many paydays. Now that ultimate big payday is going on the chariot, but the smaller paydays, which are still blessings, is us eating in the famine.
Sir.
Us being healthy when everybody else got blood shooting out their eyes. You know, the hemorrhagic fever, you know, that's coming. You know, those are paydays. But the paydays of the Lord, our funds don't diminish. They only increase to that final payday, which will last forever. Vice versa, Esau's universal basic income, your funds diminish. Negative interest rates. They got expiration dates. You don't spend it in a certain amount of days, it's gone. Like this payoff don't wear off.
This penny lasts forever.
Oh yes, we're working for that penny.
Working for that penny. And then for those who have millions and billions, well, let's just say those who have thousands, millions and billions. Guess what? By the time YAHAWASHI pull up on the scene, your money gonna be extinct. You know, because like we said a few minutes ago, when the BRIC Nation money go live, that money ain't gonna be but toilet paper.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't got it stacked up at your house or under a mattress, it's gonna just disappear from the bank. It's just a number that's gonna turn to a zero.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This money ain't nothing, man. Like the scripture says, you know what I'm saying? Get your way.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Come up out of this place. You know, and YAHAWASHI definitely ain't telling America to come up out of America. He telling Israel to come up out of this place spiritually, man. Yep. Everybody can't go where we going, like they say in the world. Everybody can't go where you go. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And this is definitely one of those places where, you know what, everybody can go, but they is not gonna add up to the same measure, man.
Yeah.
You know? Some people are gonna be created just to have a neck with a foot on it. You know what I'm saying? to be be workers, to be in subjection. Lord willing, we are part of that number to be to endure to the end, man. The 1/3, man. That's gonna be a beautiful thing to know, to have, to be proven physically in a new body that YAHAWASHI was dealing with you this whole time. Everything you did was not in vain. I can't wait, man. Definitely can't wait. My bad for going on.
Oh no, that's all through the spirit.
Right. Starting back up, next precept is coming from the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 14. And it reads, the great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
That's the day of the Lord, his day of vengeance, and the year of his redeemed.
15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness.
And that's the hour, the day of the month of a year that we approach. That's the day of the Lord. And see, that and the Lord said, forsake your ways. In other words, him saying, F your thoughts. Well, everybody else visualize the day of the Lord. You know, they're gonna hear trumpets. They're gonna jump out their beds, walk outside, and it's gonna be sunny. Yep. And they're gonna be having their arms open, waiting in line for the Lord to hug them. The Lord says it's gonna be a day of gloominess, wasteness, desolation. That's the day of the Lord. You know, people like to put the Lord in the box. You know, the Lord can only be love. He can only be happiness and sunshine. Now, the Lord got his own way he want to do stuff. And the way that the brother just read describes the day of the Lord as he sees fit. That's how he wanted to be. Like, for example, too, when you at a show.
You Edomites going into captivity. You Edomites going into captivity.
Y'all believe in the Bible?
Say what? Speak up a little loud. What'd you say? You say Jesus Christ is life, but Jesus Christ is not a real person. His name is YAHAWASHI. Nah, bro. You going into captivity. Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
Hey, when you don't acknowledge Jesus to an Edomite, they try to think they got one over you and say Yahweh.
Still out of here. Yeah, still out of here. Yeah, they don't know. So the scripture say, you know not what we worship. You know not what you worship.
Right.
We know what we worship. So yeah, the day of the Lord gonna be desolation, gloominess, thick clouds, darkness. That's the day of the Lord as he sees fit. And it's like you might have a concert or a show, the opening acts, like the previews at a movie, that's the opening act. The lights are still on. But when the main event come in, the lights go out. Yep. And that's that moment when you find out, you know, if you ain't found out in the famine or the sword of the pestilence, hey, when the lights go out in America, that's when you gonna find out that it's not about you. Yep. And not just the blackout, but the actual sun being blotted out. Yep. Hey, by that nuclear destruction. And the Lord wants this place to go dark. When the movies go dark, that gets everybody's attention to focus on one thing, and everybody gonna focus on the Lord, and that's the day of vengeance and the day of his redeemed.
And in that day, ain't nobody gonna be. You think somebody gonna be worrying about who the Cowboys play?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be nowhere around this one right here, man.
Hey, the Lord gonna come back on somebody's birthday.
Yep.
Hey, but you gonna find out your birthday not that important.
Right. And even if your death day either.
Yeah, death day ain't gonna be nobody at your funeral.
Ain't nothing gonna be able to come. Ain't nothing gonna be able to amount to the day of YAHAWASHI, man.
Yeah, and nothing. Everything. They said the earth gonna stand still.
Yep.
You know, ain't gonna be not a sound, not a movement. Hey, the wind and the water probably gonna sit still.
The true believers of YAHAWASHI, we tired of this devil ruling over us. And like the brother put in the chat, you know what I'm saying, even the animals,
Oh yeah.
Even the animals are tired of these people, man.
Yep.
Like those articles came out a couple of months ago, a couple of weeks back, with the whales.
Oh yeah.
That still ain't stopped, man. You know what I'm saying? That's still going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like the whales, they got memory. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the animals have deja vu too.
Yeah.
They have deja vu about an Edomite, and then they get enraged, start attacking yachts and stuff.
When the day of the YAHAWASHI comes, when the day stands still, man, you gonna know, man, that this is the only thing that you should have been parking into. You know what I'm saying? Not your job, not the money, not your kids, not your wife, not your husband, just YAHAWASHI. And I when I first came into the truth, and I started trying to explain to my family on why you shouldn't be celebrating your holiday, celebrating these holidays, especially your birthday, you know, they would just be like, well, why is there something wrong with it? I just be like, I had to explain it to them. They didn't take heed to it, but I just told them after scriptures, I told them, like, what is so important about you that you need to have a day off from your creator? You know what I'm saying? To enjoy yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't work like that, man. It's way bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? The scripture says that the earth is the Lord's footstool. So if the earth is the Lord's footstool, he got his feet set up on this earth, then what are you?
Yeah.
You know, especially if you ain't hearkening to his commandments.
And that's hard. Just the footstool.
Just a footstool.
Not the couch, not the throne.
Yeah.
That's the spiritual word.
Not the leg.
Yeah.
Just the foot.
Not the armrest,
right.
Just the footstool.
Right. And when you got your feet kicked up on the footstool, it ain't even the whole feet. It's just about the heel of your feet.
Yeah.
You know? I dare you to want a day to yourself, man. I can't. I'm telling you, I ain't had a day since I came into this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that I have not been on this truth.
Yep.
I ain't had a day that the fear of YAHAWASHI wasn't in the back of my head. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had not one day that the day of the Lord is gonna be a very dark day. I can't get that out of my head, man. I can't get that out of my spirit, and I love that YAHAWASHI, his name is always in my mouth, man. Always in my mouth. You know, just before we went live, I was in the store getting some ice for our cooler, and the sister that was in the store, she said, so we out here in Dallas, you know what I'm saying? It's a neighborhood it's a part of town called Oak Cliff out here. And the sister was like, y'all be in Oak Cliff. I said, in the black and gold. She was like, yeah. I said, I used to be with them. That was one body in YAHAWASHI. I used to be with them, but I got away from them. They was teaching the incorrect doctrine and stuff. But the sister she remembered me from being out there, and that was over 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? 2 years ago. And that just gives me even more, adds more fuel to my fire, man, to come out here even more. To stand up for YAHAWASHI even more, man. You know, because I could have still been lost in the sauce. I could have still been thinking that the mark of the beast is Christianity. You know what I'm saying? I could have still been thinking that YAHAWASHI didn't do any miracles. I always believed YAHAWASHI did miracles. Just I was around a bunch of you know what I'm saying, brothers who wasn't right, man, and you know that's what they was pushing. But call Lord YAHAWASHI, that he brought me up out of there, man. And call Lord YAHAWASHI for this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to continue to endure. Lord willing, you know what I'm saying, we endure to the end of this thing, man.
Yup, straight up.
Yup.
And like the brother said, you know, and we don't take a day off from the Lord. Well, the day you take a day off from the Lord, He's gonna take a day off from you.
Right.
And that's gonna be the day of the Lord for you.
Yep.
You know, you might not make it to see the missions, but you know, you take off on the Lord, He's gonna take off on you second.
Right.
And it ain't no finding them once He take off.
Right. You ain't gonna be able to be kept from the evils. You're gonna be a part of those evils, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be taken up out this world. You know? All that stuff ain't gonna apply to you no more, because guess what? You ain't enduring to be saved, man. You can't be saved now because you got your day of the Lord.
Yup.
You know? All right, pick it back up. The next precept is coming from Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and chapter 3, and starting at verse 1. Salaki. All right, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heavens.
So there's a time and a place for any and everything. Well, the day of the Lord gonna be all those things at once, which now we about to get what those things are. But all of that stuff describes the day of the Lord. Like the brother says, it's gonna be a day of emotions. Emotions gonna be all over the place the day of the Lord. In which we gonna get into that too.
All over the place.
Oh yes, I'll go ahead. So yeah, time and a place for everything under heaven. You know, the good, the bad,
The ugly.
yup, all of that.
You want something to drink, bro?
Yeah, let me grab one little one. But there's a certain hour and day, month of the year that's gonna stand out from the rest. And then that's what we approach.
Yes, sir. All right, reading on verse 2.
Let's break it down by chunks.
Okay, so start 1, 42, right? Okay.
Yeah.
A time to be born.
So yeah, time to be born. Yeah.
Wait, okay. And a time to die.
That's the day of the Lord. That's gonna be the birth of the nation of Israel once more. Hey, it's gonna be a time for everybody else to die though. That's the vengeance that's in his heart. That's the day of the Lord. Let's go all the way to the 2.
Okay. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted.
So the day of the Lord, something's gonna be plucked up. And what's that plucking up? That's America.
Yep.
The house of Esau. Because Job 18 tell you that his branches gonna be chopped, gonna be cut off above, and his roots gonna be dried up beneath. And that's how you pluck a tree. You gotta cut down branches, and then you gotta pluck up the roots. Well, the Lord gonna dry up the roots by nuclear fire. So that's the plucking up. That's gonna take place on a certain hour, a certain day, month of the year. Damn, Edomites recorded. Hey, and what's gonna be planted? That's the kingdom of heaven. Second Ezra say, the place that's sown with evil gotta pass away before it come that be sown with good. So this
Time to die.
yeah, hey, that's the spirit.
They speeding too. Time to die.
Yep, that's the spirit. So yeah, America, Esau, the house of Esau, gonna be plucked up so that the nation of Israel, the kingdom of heaven, can be planted and established in the earth, planted in righteousness.
3. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up.
And that's all gonna be going on the day of the Lord. You know, it's gonna be a time to kill. The majority of the earth is gonna be killed. And it says a time to heal. Who's gonna be healed? The elect. And down there at the light, they're gonna be making all that noise stuck at the light. So the healing, it's already happening right now with the elect. We being healed by this word. Vice versa, a time to kill, that killing is already happening on the daily. But that killing is going to increase. And it's going to be topped off by the day of the Lord, the day of vengeance, by that nuclear destruction. And that's why a time to break down, what's going to be broken down, the elements. The scriptures say the elements going to melt or be broken down with fervent heat. Book of Isaiah say that things of the earth are going to be dissolved. Even the people, they're going to be broken down to elements, to atoms, to molecules. And what's going to be built up after that? The kingdom of heaven. And it's a saying that I heard that before creation comes destruction. And before the kingdom of heaven can be created and built up, this current kingdom, the current state of the world, gotta be broken down and destroyed.
The time of Sarah Connor. That's the
Yup.
time is gonna be the time of like the movie Judgment Day.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The infamous scene of Sarah Connor holding on to that gate. You know what I'm saying? And her body going through all those different changes. First it got hot. She was screaming.
Then she singed.
Yeah, then her body started heating up. Then it started melting. Then it turned to ash. Then it exploded. You know, though that wasn't no coincidence. You know what I'm saying? When those nukes hit this place, man, and all throughout the four corners of the earth, man, when those arrows touch down, man, just think about it, man. You don't even know if you're gonna die on the spot. If them people gonna die on the spot, man. They might feel every little piece of that. YAHAWASHI might slow down the time just so they can go through all of that, man.
And the Lord had slowed down the time before.
Yes.
I think we was fighting Amalek when we came out of Egypt. When I think it was Moses had to hold up his hand.
Yeah.
When he dropped it, we was losing, but he had other people help him keep it up.
Yeah.
That's equivalent of us, keeping his Bible up. As long as we got the Bible up, the elect are gonna be winning. You put this down, you start losing. Oh, he about to break his damn neck.
Hey, man.
They can pull over. Hey, you know what I need? How I got the missile sign? I need something to prop it up.
Don't tempt me, brother. I'll be at Office Depot tomorrow.
Hey, if you see a price before I do, let me know.
Hey, man.
Just so you know they got any questions. This what we about.
Right.
Hey, and the time to build. Hold on, let me go back to the scripture.
Hey, let's slide over. This is,
Oh yeah, straight up.
My phone.
That sun moving on us.
So lock you for that.
And then let me see. Then like the brother just read, you know, a time to heal, a time to kill, a time to break down, and a time to build up. That's even the message or the theme with the posters we have. We got a 12 tribe chart. That's the building up, the nation of Israel. On the other hand, we got a poster with the missiles and the nuclear destruction on it. That's the time to break down. So that's the dynamic of the Lord. That building up, that's his servants rejoicing. In the breaking down, that's everybody else being put to shame. Life and death.
Like the brother was saying, just to piggyback off what he was saying, even though the brother got a plethora of posters, man, beautiful posters, you know what I'm saying, that break down and illustrate, you know what I'm saying, what the Bible is speaking about. But the two main signs, we got the 12 chart sign, you know what I'm saying, that should be appealing to the Israelites, 12 tribes of Israel. But guess what? That might not be so appealing to an Edomite or another nation. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? We got a sign for that. We got these missiles hitting Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? We got the blessing for the Israelites, and we got the curses. You know what I'm saying? For those of the 2/3 that will not come back to YAHAWASHI, and those that can't come back to YAHAWASHI because the blessing wasn't ever given to them. So, you know what I'm saying? Oh, if this one don't appeal to you, then guess what? We got something that's going to appeal to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? If you left here, you know what I'm saying, after the chariots get done, you know what I'm saying, picking up all those, you know what I'm saying, who was supposed to get a ride up out of here, you know, and that picture is, you know, it's detrimental to especially an Edomite here in Babylon the Great, man. You know what I'm saying? God bless America. They love they flag. You know what I'm saying? They love their 4th of July. They love their hot sunny days. You know what I'm saying? Here in this captivity. But hey, man, YAHAWASHI got a blessing coming. I mean, a reward coming to everybody. He got a righteous reward coming to the righteous, and he got a wicked reward coming to the wicked. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, we are part of that number, the 1/3 that's gonna receive that righteous reward. You know, we already blessed to be able to have an opportunity to make our calling and election sure. But our people don't even take heed to that. But you know what? When the lights go out, people are gonna be willing to do whatever you tell them to do to be saved up out of this place, man. But ain't no we can tell them it's gonna be too late. You know, if YAHAWASHI ain't dealing with you, it wasn't ordained, you know what I'm saying, in the heavens before this time came to pass, then you out of there. You know what I'm saying? The day of Sarah come.
Hey, and this levels to the light going up. Because the power and electricity gonna go out in America.
Yeah.
But that's the first level on it. You still gonna have the sun.
Yeah.
Hey, but that hour of that day, that month and that year, hey, the sun gonna be blotted out.
Oh,
So that's when the top light gonna go out.
Oh, yeah.
So like you say, brothers gonna be desperate in the blackout. How much more desperate they gonna be when the sun ain't shining no more from the nuclear destruction? They still gonna be asking questions then.
Yeah.
What do we do? Where do we go? Being perplexed.
How do I get saved?
Hey, it's
How can I get something to eat?
yeah.
You know? What do I do? That was a saying that, you know what I'm saying, somebody would always say when I was growing up in school, they getting punished, you know what I'm saying, out of nowhere. You ask what I do. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of these people gonna be wondering. Well, what did I do to get this type of treatment and this type of judgment? You know what I'm saying? You didn't make YAHAWASHI your strong tower. And you had an opportunity to be about your bag, you know?
All right.
Look at them, looking like little roaches over there.
Oh man.
We only out here for the 12 tribes of Israel.
Oh man. So
Man.
like the brother said, like I did a lesson recently. People can tell time, but they don't know the times we in. I'm about to make a point off that. Slipped my mind.
Did you hear what that Edomite said?
What's the YouTube channel?
What's your YouTube
Yeah.
channel? You don't want to see this, brother.
Yeah, you don't want to see this.
Mom, I can't sleep anymore. Sweating in their bed every night.
Oh, that video that the brother Rai posted with it was like 2 hours of people telling their visions and their dreams of the destruction of World War III.
Didn't catch that. Was it recent?
It was in a group chat. It might have been like Tuesday or Wednesday.
I'm gonna have to go back and find it.
Yeah, but at work, well, I listened to one like an hour and 15 minutes of people telling their visions of World War III and America being invaded and bombed. Well, I listened to that for like over an hour at
You
work.
say Tuesday?
Might have been Tuesday or Wednesday.
Was it Edomites of all nations on that?
These mainly Edomites. I think it was a couple other people too.
Yeah, I love that's
That brought me joy at work.
yeah, but you know that brings me joy too for other nations to see, you know what I'm saying, what's really going down. You know what I'm saying? Instead I'd rather them, you know what I'm saying, prophesy the things that's coming to Babylon the Great than say, God bless America. I hate hearing that, man.
Oh yeah,
I hate hearing that. That's going against the scripture.
And we got the scripture that show. We say God bless America. That goes against these writings.
Yes, sir. You know, that I hate to hear that, man. That's going against the scriptures, man. We want what YAHAWASHI want. We want what King David want.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. And just I remember I was gonna say now that people can tell time, but they don't know what times we in. Well, when people say, you know, what did I do or what's going on?
Yeah.
You don't know that we in a time in a season of judgment.
Yeah.
What the scripture say? To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under the sun. Well, we're gonna be in a time of breaking down, time to kill, the time of plucking up. Those are the times that we are in is only gonna intensify. You know, except for the elect.
Hey, man, that's a beautiful time to be in. Not only just be in, but to be in this time and have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. To not have that spirit of those words in your mouth to say what I do, why this happening to me, what's really going on. Because guess what? All those who don't hearken and come back to YAHAWASHI, them trusting in Egypt in these days, they gonna want to trust in Egypt even more. They're gonna be hoping that the lights come back on so they can catch the news to see what Egypt got to say about what's going on. When is Egypt gonna offer them some relief? You know what they're gonna be offering you. Yeah, your relief gonna come in the form of a CHIP, you know? And that's what's happening. We in that time right now. We are one day closer to that time right now, man. People think it's a game because we say we one more day closer. Hey, we gonna always be one more day closer. even if Lord, I don't know what the time gonna be, but even if we here for another, and me just speaking as a man, even if we here another year, we one more day closer in that year.
Hey, one more day to that hour, that day,
Yes.
month, and year. Hey, man, it's gonna come to a stop.
We spoiled, man. We spoiled right now, having this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. And this is the day. Today, I'm gonna say this. I've never had so many Edomites staring at us like this.
Hey, that's the build-up. That shows.
I've never had this. We on a public street. Look, it's thousands of cars passing through out here within the 2-hour span, however long we out here. You know what I'm saying? And it's so many Edomites. It just be everybody, but today it's just so many Edomites riding by, recording. Riding by, recording us, staring, rolling their window down.
You know what that is too? The day of the Lord's vengeance is, criminal. They always looking over their shoulder.
Yeah.
They time is coming.
Yeah.
They don't know when or how or what, but they can feel it in their conscience. You know, that's why they say anybody else that's not them doing something, they look at who and rubberneck.
Yeah, wondering, is this the day I'm gonna get caught?
Yeah.
Is this the day they gonna find out? You know what I'm saying? Is this the day that your nakedness is gonna be uncovered? You know, you're gonna be brought to shame. And another thing that's going on out here in Dallas, I'm gonna send it to you. My wife actually sent it to me.
Bet.
But it's been an increase in Edomites getting hit by cars riding their bikes. Like, it's been an increase, and it ain't. Of course, you know it ain't been happening in the ghetto where Jake lives. It's been an increase, like in the upscale neighborhoods out here where we live.
Yeah.
Like Edomites been getting hit by cars and dying, but it's been hit and runs.
Yeah.
Running over them and keep on going and stuff, man. Like, you know, my wife sent me that and she was like, I'm pretty sure this will be interesting to you. I read it, Salawan, brother.
Salawan, bro.
I read it and I said, you damn right. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see something like
that's
that.
funny, bro.
You know?
That's the equivalent of that Edomite getting sued off the block last week. Somebody do a hit and run. I mean, like when you see a bug, you want to squash it. That's
squashing. You never think about it.
Yeah.
You ain't calling your homeboy. Man, I had a bug on my windshield. I smashed it. You ain't going to tell nobody about it.
Yeah.
You know them? We hitting them Edomites. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That brother passed by at the same time every weekend, man. But he driving to Arlington. They got to camp out there.
Yeah.
You know? Pick it back up.
I'm going to read this last verse before you get into that.
Okay, cool.
All right, so again, Ecclesiastes 3, before you continue, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up.
Sir.
And we in those times right now, but it's only going to intensify up to that final moment, that final hour.
We getting healed and built up right now all at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, even before we get beamed up on those chariots, you know, and brothers talk about that a lot, man. Why? Because that's the end game for us. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, we a part of that precious number. We want to be beamed up. You gonna want to be beamed up in that day. You know? But YAHAWASHI, you know what I'm saying? He healing us and building us up for the times we about to go into. You know, we still got to go through Jacob's trouble and our temptation, which I believe that, you know what I'm saying, we right at the head of Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? We right at the head of Jacob's trouble, man, because all it's gonna take is one major catastrophe for this place to go crazy. If these people gathered by the thousands in New York for free PlayStations, man, really, just think about what it's gonna be like when there ain't no food here, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you gotta get that medicine for your baby, or your baby could possibly perish, or somebody who on dialysis, you know what I'm saying? Like, they gotta have it. It ain't no maybe ifs, ands, or buts. They gotta have it to survive. So just think about Babylon, not Texas. You know what I'm saying? Not Louisiana, I'm talking about Babylon the Great, from the west coast to the east coast, from the north to the south. Just think about when all hell break loose, man. Just think about it, man. It's not gonna be a pretty sight, man, but it's gonna be a beautiful sight for those that YAHAWASHI is dealing with in that day, man. I promise you that. I guarantee you that.
Hey, that's gonna be the rejoice.
Got more?
Oh no.
Okay. All right, picking back up, coming from Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariot like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Yeah, the slain of the Lord is going to be many. That's the day of vengeance that's in his heart.
Right.
That's that day of wasteness, desolation, gloominess, darkness, thick clouds. That's that time to kill, time to be broken down, time to be plucked up. You know, you got individual days of now that illustrate those things. Hey, but the day of the Lord is going to be all that and more. You know, the Lord, you know, the destruction of America, that's the day of the Lord. That's what's in his heart. It's what? August 12th? August 12th, the Lord don't got his heart set on that day. He got his heart set on his day. You know, he ain't got his heart set on the days that's past, tomorrow, the day of his return, but he gonna show up with the nuclear destruction. That's the day that he got set on his heart. And that's the day, like the brother say, emotions gonna be all over the place. People being ashamed, people rejoicing, people being healed, people being killed. People, yep, hey. The Lord visited them partially.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
My bad for breaking that up, bro. My bad.
Oh no, I won't really say
And then
much.
how it says that the slaying of the Lord shall be many.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The world ain't really seen the slaying of the Lord being many yet. But when that thing touch down, it's gonna be great. It's just like it says, the slaying of the Lord shall be many.
And Jeremiah kind of said the same thing in a different way. It say that the slaying of the Lord gonna be from one end of the earth to the other.
Yep. And like we just said, from the east coast to the west coast, from the north to the south.
And not just America.
Not just Babylon.
All the continents.
All throughout the four corners.
Yeah.
Even under the wall.
Yep, we ain't had time to kill because that's what the Lord want to do. You know, people say the day of the Lord, we're gonna come back and help everybody, restore the power, drop food from the sky for everybody. The Lord don't want to do that.
Flowers and candy.
Yeah. No, the Lord said that vengeance. The Lord said that vengeance is in his heart.
Right.
So in his heart, the Lord want to come back and slaughter everybody. You know, like when you about to have a birthday weekend or something, you got everything mapped out. We gonna do this, then we gonna do that. We gonna go here, then we gonna wind up here. Well, the Lord got a to-do list for his day.
Right. And
on the top of that to-do list is to slay many, to put to death most of the world's population.
It's gonna be important too.
And that's what top of the do list is rescue the elect. Second will be to destroy everybody else.
Right.
That's what he want to do on his day. That's his birthday, his trip, his wedding, for his elect, all of that.
And people think that the day of the Lord is gonna be roses and candies and hugs, but the day of the Lord is gonna be like that incident that happened at Birmingham, Alabama. It's gonna be ass kickings going out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Righteous ass whoopings going out, man. All throughout the four corners of the earth. All throughout this place, man. You know? Hey, but you ain't gotta believe us, man. Thus says the Lord, thus says the Holy Bible, man.
And like brother said, a righteous ass kicking.
Yep.
That's why Revelation say, in righteousness doth he judge and make war. In righteousness he gonna kick ass. So and that's the spirit. Who are you to tell the Lord what he should do on his day?
Right. Right.
That's like when it's your birthday and somebody try to change your plans.
Right.
You gonna look at them like, what the heck?
Who are you?
Man, you ain't gotta go.
Right.
You know,
It's my day.
You gonna look at them like they crazy. And that's what the Lord doing, you know.
Right, and then not only that, but everybody else who with them, they gonna agree with the person whose birthday it
Hey, we
is.
disagree.
Hey, this their birthday, this his birthday. And that's we in the same accordance with Yahawashim outside of believers. Hey, the Lord gonna do what he wanna do on his day. You know what I'm saying? It's real what he gonna do. We in agreement with him. Who are you?
Yeah, we just tagging along.
Yeah, we just tagging along. You
The
know?
elect.
Yeah, let him have his day. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I bet you just somewhere in the world it's been a shootout before because of that. Nigga try to tell me what we do on my birthday, you know, niggas already turned up, pre-gaming,
What?
all kind of substances.
We seen that last night. It was somebody at a table behind us at a restaurant. They had the lights was dimmed and everything.
Yeah.
And they had a disagreement at the table. By the time I came back from the bar from getting my drink, the whole table had dispersed. And they just left.
Hey,
You know what
the
I'm
sick
saying?
players.
People
Yeah,
took their gifts and everything back home.
Hey,
with them,
see?
you know,
See?
it's the Lord's day, man.
Yeah, he gonna do what he wanna do.
Yeah, on his day.
Uh-huh.
Shouldn't be no other way. It can't be no other way.
Yup.
All right, next precept is coming from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, starting at verse 7. And it reads, a time, chapter 3 and verse 7, a time to rend and a time to sue, a time to keep silence and a time to speak.
That a time to rend, that's a biblical way of saying to destroy, to tear down. A time to sue, like you patching up a garment, that goes into building up. America is being thrown down. The house of the wicked, Esau, Edom, is being rended or tore apart, and what's being sued up or building up, the house of David. And it's going to be perfected on the day of the Lord. You know, a time to keep silence. You know, they say every knee gonna bow and every tongue gonna confess. You know, that's the day the earth gonna stand still. But even to keep silence, that goes into right now, because the Lord is speaking. Or is he speaking through his prophets? So when the word is coming out, you know, through the inspiration of the Holy Spirit, hey, the Lord telling you should really shut your mouth. Oh, and the Lord said that all through the scriptures, that even a fool is counted wise when he shut his lips.
And it's also coming into a time where we gonna keep silence as well.
Hey, I ain't think about that. So that it's different levels to that silence. Right now, we are to speak. But like the brother said, the famine of the word, hey, the Lord gonna have us silent. And right now, it's the time to speak, meaning that the Lord is speaking through us. But when we stop speaking, that's when we stop speaking, that's really the Lord showing the earth that he done speaking.
Hey, when he done speaking, when Yahawashim outside have the prophets' tongue cleave to the roof of their mouth, that ain't gonna be no good thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like they say in the word, when I see you, ain't no talking, it's on sight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just what it's gonna be. So when Yahawashim outside causes the prophets to stop speaking his word, you gonna wish we talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not a good thing. You know how people say in the world, I wish he shut up.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you got your wish. Your wish is on its way.
Oh, yeah.
One more day closer to your wish, man. I wish they shut up. They've been saying that for years. Okay?
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. Oh. Then, you know, the Lord said a time to keep silence. That goes to Isaiah 55 and 7, when the Lord said, forsake your thoughts and forsake your wicked ways. Then the Lord saying, F your thoughts. You know, F what you thinking about, F what you talking about, and think about this here. But that's not even your thoughts. Also your actions, ways. Because you do what you thinking about. You know, forsake all of that. You know, keep silence. That's going to sit still as well. You know, denying yourself. for the word. Well, we know why he's speaking. Seek the Lord while he may be found.
Because when a king is speaking, you supposed to be quiet.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anytime a king is talking, how many accounts have you heard that the king had to tell somebody, hey, y'all quiet down back there? You know what I'm saying? You speak when the king speak, it's off with your head or whatever he chooses to do with you.
Hey, only in America.
Right.
But at his stage, it might have been quiet. Now everybody talking. Hands flying up, questions being asked, insults being through.
And now, the king is speaking right now. You know what I'm saying? And if you speak when this king is speaking right now, you know what I'm saying? He can take you out right now, or he can save you, he can preserve you for another day, a judgment. You know, roughly paraphrasing what it says, the Lord knows how to save the righteous from temptation, but preserve the wicked for the day of judgment.
Yeah.
You know, that's a king doing right there, man. All right, reading on. Still in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, reading verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace.
And what's that time of love? That's for Jacob. The Lord is showing love to his people Israel, beginning with the elect once more. And he's showing his indignation, his hate to Esau. But not just to Esau, but also the 2/3 of our people in the other nations. You know, that's that dynamic. A time of love, the Lord show his love through keeping you alive. He gonna show his love to us in the famine by giving us food and water to consume. He gonna show his love in the pestilence by keeping us healthy. He gonna show his love when the sword is Esau was let loose by us being shielded. That's that time of love. The Lord gonna show his hate by you being ashamed, put to death.
When YAHAWASHI is showing that type of love in the famine, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing but drop to your knees and tell them thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Guess what? Whatever YAHAWASHI giving you in that day, you gonna be so thankful for it. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a loaf of baked bread and a cup of cold water, you know, whatever it is, you know, even though we know that YAHAWASHI is gonna take care of his people, I'm just saying, whatever it is that he give you, you gonna be so thankful for it, man. That type of love, you mean to tell me he giving me this and all these people dying, they stomach touching their backs? You know what I'm saying? At a time like this, I'm one of those that's receiving this meal. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that's receiving this protection. Not only just me, but my wife and kids. Lord willing, we a part of that number. That's true love, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How can you look over that type of love? You know?
And that all describes the day of the Lord, because individually now, we you know, as individuals, we got a time to show hate, time to show love. The Lord gonna be showing all of that at once on various days. That's gonna be topped off the day of the day of the Lord, the nuclear destruction.
In abundance.
That destruction is gonna show his hate.
Yep.
The chariots is gonna show his love. But also, this is a time of war and a time of peace. The time of peace is only for the elect, beginning with this word. But for everybody else, or the nation of Israel that don't come back to this word, and the rest of the world, it's a time of war for them. And how is the Lord going to war? Through the famine, through the sword, and the pestilence. And that's going to be topped off by the physical manifestation of World War III, nuclear war. Man, that's why we in the days of wars and rumors of wars. We in the time of war.
It can't be denied. But you know what? Only if you have eyes to see and ears to hear, man. Because you got people who just don't see that. You know what I'm saying? They really just don't care about that. Because guess what? They chasing their bag. They got holes in the bottom of it. You know what I'm saying? They having everything that they want in their captivity. You know what I'm saying? Everybody not going to see this. They going to see when them lights go off and they can't see. You know what I'm saying? They going to see when them missiles coming this way.
And then blot out the sun.
Yeah. They gonna see when them martial law troops beating down their door. You know what I'm saying? They gonna see when they being thrown up out of their houses. It ain't no telephone to call, no telephone number to call to tell the police and the government this is not right, this is not fair. They gonna see in that day.
You can't call the police on the police.
Right.
You gonna call the police, somebody's troops at my door. The troops got a higher rank than the police.
Not only that, but how you gonna call the police when the police gonna be protecting their own household?
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no damn laws gonna be going no work. You know what I'm saying in that time?
Hey, martial law, there's a different law in effect. So like the Constitution, that don't stand in martial law. That stand only in time of peace. That's why I say time of peace and a time of war. And martial law, that breaks down into warlike law.
Yeah.
The laws that stand in the time of war. That's martial law.
It's a whole new ordinance. I feel.
Yeah.
Next precept is coming from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 11. And it reads, "Make bright the arrows, gather the shield. The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple."
And what's the vengeance of the Lord that he got set in his heart? Well, on that day, the arrows are going to be made bright. So saying make bright the arrows, that's saying fire off those nuclear missiles. Because the missile is shaped like an arrow. Except these arrows, speaking of the nuclear missiles, they burn when they are shot. And they explode on impact. Well, the Lord gonna do that by the kings of the Medes, who are the Russians, everybody that's joined to them. Going into Ezekiel 38. For his device. What's his device? His schemes. What he got his heart set on. His heart is set against Babylon, which is America. He got his heart set on destroying this place. So when you say God bless America, that goes against many scriptures with Jeremiah 51 and 11. How can you say God bless America when his device is against Babylon, against America to destroy it? And the destruction of Babylon, America, that's his vengeance. That's what he got his heart set on. That's what he's looking forward to. It's like, it's an event going on that you don't want to miss. Oh, a boxing match. You know, certain boxing matches we want to see or whatever else. Well, the Lord gonna be here for this event.
Right.
And like, hey man, them Edomites going at it.
Right.
Them Russians and them Americans. Man, I gotta see this. Well, the Lord orchestrating both sides to play out in his favor with America being destroyed. But the Lord just want to see it play out. Oh, that's the spirit, how they say that some sports are scripted. Hey, well, this World War is scripted from above. And the Lord want to see his play.
You know, the NBA is definitely scripted.
Yeah.
You know, I done seen games, finals, when the ball gets stuck. You know what I'm saying? On the rim.
Yeah.
It's because, you know, they got a magnet inside of that basketball.
Yeah.
They always had that thing on for Steph. They had that thing on for Steph Curry for years, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh no, that was it. But yeah, that's the Lord's vengeance. The day that he's looking forward to is this place being destroyed.
Right.
And the day of vengeance is also the day of his redeemed. The elect being beamed up.
You don't want to miss it.
Because remember, what we just read, a time of war and a time of peace. We in that time of war. And that war is being played out by him raising up the kings of the Medes against this place, Babylon. To what? To make bright them arrows, them nuclear missiles.
All right, reading on, next precept, 15. And it reads, "And the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men."
And that's what the Lord got his heart set on.
Yes, sir.
You know, he got his angels prepared for an hour, a day, a month, and a year to slay the third part of man. Hey, because it's not necessarily Babylon or America that's the problem. It's the people in Babylon in America that's the problem. And it's the third part of men that's going to be slain on the day of the Lord. That's his vengeance being taken out on Edom. And that's the third part of men. Because there's three different classifications of men in the earth. You got the sons of God, the Israelites. You got the children of the flesh, the other nations. You got the sons of perdition, the house of the wicked, Esau, Edom. What Esau, Edom is going to be exterminated on that day, hour, month, and year that the Lord got his heart set on.
Yeah.
So he's looking forward to that day.
Right. Hey, like you said, pacing back and forth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He see all the abominations that's going on. You know what I'm saying? He pacing back and forth, can't wait. He know, like you said earlier, he got a list of all the things that he want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't make correction once you get your list finalized on what the itinerary is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He just can't wait to play it out. You know what I'm saying? Live it out.
I mean, actually, just think the top of the Lord list is actually the destruction of America. Because we can only be saved once this place is destroyed. Like you say, you can't change the order of the list or the list. There's an order for things to come. And the top thing on the list, the day of the Lord, is the destruction of America, Babylon. Then the elect can be gathered. It happens simultaneously, but you know.
You might can't stop looking, boy.
Oh yeah.
Stop
looking over that shoulder. That conscience getting to you, huh?
Yes, sir. Oh shit, honey, what are they saying over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Pull up, we'll tell you.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna start doing that when people are asking us, I'm gonna be like, pull over.
Come on, yeah, come get it. All right, this is a perfect day for that Issachar sister to pull up.
Oh yeah, I know.
For her to come hear the word.
Yeah.
And if she don't repent, hear her judge. All right, reading on, still in the book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 18. By these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths.
And that's what's gonna be let loose on the day of the Lord. That's some nuclear missiles. The fire, the smoke, and the brimstone, that's the nuclear destruction. You know, that's the nuclear fire, the dust. You know, that's gonna blot out the sun and that radiation. That's what's gonna kill the third part of men. All these Edomites, so-called white men, and everybody that's joined to them. Because it's gonna be people of the nation of Israel, the Lord's people, that die off in that nuclear destruction as well. The other nations that's joined under Esau, they're gonna die in that destruction as well.
And Hawaii, they getting a small glimpse of that right now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they had to dive into the water to escape some of the fires and stuff.
I heard that's crazy.
I got a video I'm gonna show you at the camp.
Bet.
Have you seen that video how they had that drone flying over that long street? And there's thousands of cars that got burnt up.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that show you that the fire came all the way to the water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Them people had to jump in the water. The fire department couldn't help. It was above their pay grade, man.
Yeah.
You know, just to think about when that's going all throughout, you know what I'm saying, the four corners of the earth, man. You know, mainly here in Babylon the Great as well.
Also too, Hawaii was looked at as a paradise. Like in Ezekiel 38, I think it say the place is as a garden of Eden before, but desolate after. You know, before the missiles hit, hey, this place is the white man's paradise. But after they hit, it's a desolation. Oh, the desolate places now inhabited. You know, this place is really desolate, but for now it's inhabited. Because that's the final end of this place. You know?
Miami is, not Miami, but Hawaii is a part of the United States, so that's Babylon over there too.
Yep.
You know? All right, picking back up. Next precept is coming from Revelation, chapter 18 and verse, is it 10?
I think so. Yeah, 9 and 10.
9, okay, starting at verse 9. And it reads, And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her, and lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
And what's the smoke of her burning? Who is to hurt? Lady Liberty, America the Great Whore.
Yes, sir.
What's the smoke of her burning? The nuclear destruction.
Right.
The arrows being made bright. The weapons of the Lord's indignation. You know, they're gonna lament, meaning they're gonna scream, weep, and holler for America. That certain hour of the day, a month, and a year.
That show you how Yahawashai feel about this place. But this place had never been touched before. And when it finally gets touched, it gets touched worse than any place all throughout the four corners of the earth, even worse.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? All bundled up in one. And let you know Yahawashai hates this place, man.
Hey, this is the Lord's kid, the Lion of Judah. You know, you can't steal a prey from a lion.
Right.
Hey, so the Lord preserved America to be taken by him.
The slain of the Lord shall be many.
Yep.
All right, verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city Babylon, that mighty cry for Salaki. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
And that's the same hour, day, month, and year that's going to slay the third part of man.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to be a literal hour. In 1 hour is thy judgment come, and in 60 minutes, this place is going to be made desolate. No more. 60 minutes, Esau Edom is going to be exterminated. Hey, and the destruction of America is going to be televised. Anybody with satellite TV, maybe cable TV too. And if the internet's still standing in some places, they're going to see this place being made desolate.
Yeah, it's going to be going down. Salaki. It's going to definitely be going down, bro. And you know all these other countries, they know that Babylon the Great going to be going through hell. They're going to make sure they broadcasting this, showing the rest of the world what we going through, what Babylon going through.
You know Kim Jong-un.
Oh, man.
You know, he trigger happy with America. You know he going to have a spy plane somewhere to capture that moment.
We're going to see a lot. We might see a lot more of them spy balloons.
Oh, yeah.
Hovering through this place, just recording footage.
Oh, yeah.
Today in America, we had, looks to be 20 million people die on this side. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be so many things happening. Like America going to really be a shame. You know, America don't like to tell about their dirt. You know what I'm saying? They shortcomings or they downfalls. But in that day, man, they ain't going to be able to hide it.
No.
They're not going to be able to hide it.
No. Everybody in this thing going to be weeping in the morning. Everybody outside this thing going to be weeping in the morning too. Because after America is destroyed, it's going to be various places throughout the earth that catch it as well. I think Israel's supposed to be destroyed before America.
Oh, yeah. The least of the flock.
Yeah.
Shall draw them out.
Yeah.
Did you want me to get that again?
Which one?
Ecclesiastes.
Oh, we going to go there next. Oh, we didn't get that one yet.
We did? I read that, but we can get it again.
No, we got 7 and 8.
Okay.
But yeah, 4 to 6 now. But yeah, they're going to be lamenting and wailing, mourning for America for her destruction. And we're going to rejoice when we see the vengeance.
Right. And people can't understand why we saying we can't wait for this place to go down. Why we can't wait for the great whore to be paid back. Because when this place go down, when this whore gets paid back, we're going to be closer and closer to our salvation. We're going to be closer and closer to receiving the protection from Yahawashim Yahawashi, that hedge of protection that 2/3 of our people going to be put down on this side by Yahawashim Yahawashi and his whooping stick, the wicked Esau Edom.
After you get that in the week, you go into the breakdown.
Okay. Let's get it now. The book of next precept, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, starting at verse 4. And it reads, a time to weep, a time to, you want me to stop after a week?
No, let's continue on.
Okay. A time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance.
Yeah, so that time to weep and a time to mourn is happening even right now. Hey, the day of the Lord is going to be for many people today. If it ain't came yet. You know, many people not going to live past today. You know, it's going to intensify by the famine, the sword, and the pestilence. But it's going to be topped off by the nuclear destruction, when all the inhabitants of the earth are going to weep and mourn. That the slaying of the Lord shall be from one end of the earth to the other. And what did we just read in Revelation 18? The kings of the earth shall bewail her and lament for her, meaning they're going to cry out when they see the smoke of her burning, crying out, saying in 1 hour she is made desolate. So even the weeping, the mourning, and the rejoicing and the dancing, that's all going to be playing out simultaneously on the day of the Lord. Because while they weeping the mourning, we're going to be rejoicing at the destruction, at the vengeance.
We can't wait.
And dancing in the chariots. You know, while they down here burning with the hottest fire known to man, we're going to have a cup of ice water up there. And that wine that he ain't cracked open yet.
Right.
You know, hugging and rejoicing on the chariot.
Yeah. You know how they say that wine is 1971, like a great year. You know, we're going to probably be sipping on wine, Lord willing, we are part of that number. Wine that say year 2000 BC, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Year 2000, you know what I'm saying? 15, you know what I'm saying? AC,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I can't wait, man. I just can't wait. Like, I know it ain't gonna be nothing of this earth, man. We can't even imagine like how great things gonna be for those who YAHAWASHI, who love and trust YAHAWASHI.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild. That's why the scriptures say, it's wise to be in the house of mourning than in the house of mirth.
Yep.
Yeah, we in the house of mourning, so we can rejoice later.
Right.
It's the saying in the world, laugh now and cry later. Those who in mirth or in gladness right now, they're gonna be weeping and mourning at the destruction.
Elam definitely don't understand.
Oh no, Elam lost. Elam, this is bad as them Hamites with that mouthpiece.
Reading on, verse 4, a time to weep. Oh, I started at 4. Verse 5, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embarrassing. Embrace it a lot.
So yeah, we're in the time that stones are going to be cast away. YAHAWASHI said every tree that beareth not good fruit is cast into the fire. Hey, so the only thing that's going to be preserved, the only stones that are going to be gathered is the elect. We those lively stones, those precious stones that make up that spiritual temple. And all the other stones that's not part of this spiritual temple, they're going to be cast into the fire. Yeah, they're going to be cast into the fire. The elements going to melt with fervent heat. So the works of men, everything that men built up, and the people themselves, which represent them stones, they're going to be destroyed in the fire.
Yep. I grab the next one. I'll read the next 6.
Let me see. This one. Oh, in a time to embrace, who's the Lord going to embrace? The elect. He's embracing us right now through this word. He's going to embrace us with open arms through the famine, the sword, and the pestilence, but even more so nuclear destruction. Embracing somebody, that's like you greet them with your arms open, hugging.
Right.
And that's equivalent to that chariot opening up to receive the Lord's elect.
And it's going to be known in that day that YAHAWASHI is embracing us. And when you embrace somebody, that's like it's no It's a
No
sign.
question.
It's no question. Yes. Thank you, Shalak. I mean, the water, bro. It's no way to. It's no question about does this person receive you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no. You can't. You don't have to second guess. Is this person being genuine? You know what I'm saying? You know, embracing somebody means you accepting them. You are where they supposed. You are where you're supposed to be. They want you to be here. They happy to have you. They happy to take you in.
Yep.
And in that day when Yahawashim Yahushua is embracing us, it ain't gonna be no way for you to wonder is Yahawashim Yahushua dealing with us in that day. Because guess what? Just as Yahawashim Yahushua is gonna be embracing us in that day, Lord willing, we a part of that number. It's a lot of people he gonna be rejecting as well.
And that's why it said there's a time to refrain from embracing.
Yeah.
How's the Lord embracing others right now? Although they're not going to be delivered. The Lord is keeping them alive. The Lord had mercy on them another day that they can live.
Yeah.
Well, what the Lord said, let me get how he worded. A time to refrain from embracing. So what does it mean when the Lord stops embracing you? That means death. You being ashamed. That means death.
It's like somebody saying, damn, that ass whooping hurt it, man. But for a person who didn't get a whooping, they not gonna know what you're talking about. Ass whooping, no, I feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When Yahawashim Yahushua is embracing us, all the people who is gonna be getting their reward from being wicked, they gonna feel a different type of way. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't gonna be no feeling in their heart. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a feeling on them physically. Some people gonna be running for their lives. Some people gonna be like, am I gonna die today? I haven't ate in 4 days. You know what I'm saying? Some people gonna just all kinds of ways, man. The reward that the wicked is about to inherit, it ain't gonna have nothing to do with being embraced. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no mistake about it either. You know what I'm saying? No matter where you are, if Yahawashim Yahushua is not dealing with you, you gonna know in that day. You know what I'm saying? Because the word embrace, you know, it also goes with warn. Like they say, my warn embrace. You know, you gonna know that somebody is happy to be dealing with you, happy to be, you know what I'm saying, holding you, holding your hand, walking you through something. You know what I'm saying, making sure that you are good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like we embraced that brother when he first came in. You know what I'm saying? Wanted to see him at his best. Wanted no harm to come towards him. You know, and that's what Yahawashim Yahushua is going to be doing for the elect in that day, embracing us. And we don't even know what it's like for that day when it comes, to be embraced by Yahawashim Yahushua when all hell is breaking loose, when the world has never seen a day like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it says, and it should be the day of Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? When Jacob's trouble going on, you're going to have millions and millions and millions of people losing their mind, but you're going to have some people feeling all warm inside. You know what I'm saying? Happy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Feeling safe. Why? Because we going to be in that strong tower. You know what I'm saying? The scripture says that the Lord's name is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and it's safe. And then that day, Lord, when we're part of that number, we're going to be safe in that day. All right?
Get out of here, bro.
I know that part. What
Damn. Yeah, so yeah, that certain hour and day, month and year, that's going to slay the third part of man. Hey, we're going to be embraced in that moment. To be received with open arms into the chariots. Hey, so that day, I just thought about it. That day, that hour, that day, month, and year, that's going to slay the third part of man. That's going to redeem the third part of Israel. Hey, the 1/3 of man is going to be destroyed, the house of the wicked, while the 1/3 of Israel is being saved.
Reading on, verse 6. A time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away.
And who is the Lord coming to get? His elect.
Yep.
That's who he's going to embrace in that hour, day, month, and year. That's who he's coming to get. That's who he's coming to keep. He's keeping us right now through this word. That's going to be finalized and us going up into the chariots. And who's the Lord losing? Well, they already lost right now. Lost in the spirit. Lost in America. Well, the Lord not going to keep them from the destruction. You know, they're going to be cast away in that hour, day, month, and year. If they not cast away beforehand. You know, by the famine or the sword and the pestilence.
Closer to that, man. Why? People don't understand why we out here, you know what I'm saying, enduring, you know what I'm saying, through all the elements, man. It's the fear of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Of course we can't wait to be embraced by the righteousness, you know what I'm saying, the protection and the righteousness of YAHAWASHI. But at the same time, on the flip side, we can't shake the fear.
Yep.
It's the fear of the Lord, man, that got us out here, man. We don't want to fear YAHAWASHI in the day of the Lord. We want to be fearing him before that day comes about.
No, we want to be part of that redeemed.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we embracing. That's what we coming to get.
Yep.
And that embracing goes both ways. We embrace YAHAWASHI as well. How do we embrace? We embrace his word. And we honor it. How do you honor it? You do what the Lord told you. So we embrace him, he's going to embrace us in return. Like a man don't want no woman who don't want him.
Right.
Oh man, up there. Okay. And it's the redeemed who's embracing YAHAWASHI right now. So the Lord is going to embrace them in the day of vengeance.
Yeah. You didn't embrace YAHAWASHI. How you think he gonna look at you when he pull up on the scene?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn, Jake, you come here to word.
Right. All you gotta do is pull over. More than happy to talk to you.
Maybe they might.
David.
Hold on, bro. Hey, so we gonna continue while the brother deal with the visitor. So one more time, Ecclesiastes 5:3-5. A time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones. The elect is going to be gathered. We gather first and foremost by this word. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. The Lord's going to embrace us more and more up into that final hour, day, month, and year. A time to get, a time to lose, a time to keep, and a time to cast away. We've been kept by this word. And the Lord's going to come to get us in that final hour. So now when we go to the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 12, and they heard a voice from heaven saying, "Come up hither." That's the Lord embracing us with open arms. When we go up, and them chariots open up to receive us, or however it play out. And they ascended up to heaven in the cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Yeah, so we're going to ascend up to heaven in the cloud. Which when you read Psalms chapter 104, verse 3, it says he make up the cloud his chariot. So that word cloud is a code word for chariot. So you can scratch off the word cloud and replace it with chariot. So we're gonna ascend into heaven in the chariot. That's gonna be the perfection of the Lord embracing his elect. That's how the Lord is gonna come get us, through a cloud, through a chariot. And again, they ascended up to heaven in the cloud, and their enemies beheld them. So yeah, our enemies is going to see the Lord embracing us. They're going to see the Lord getting us, redeeming us from that destruction. You know, that's going to be coming.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm
there you
saying?
go.
She say that her niece, is not a part of Great Millstone, but she in the truth, and that's who she follow. Let me move my camera over just a little bit more.
Yeah, that's her. Hey.
Said that her daughter, her niece follows the teaching of Great Millstone. So I said GMS, and when I broke it down and said Great Millstone, she was like, okay. So then she was just like, I said, do you believe yourself to be an Israelite as well? Sister said, she was like, nah, just a Christian. You know what I'm saying? She said, I'm an African American. So I broke down, you know what I'm saying, African American and all that kind of stuff to her. You know, she was just like, she like, you know what? I gotta go. I said, all right, sister, you mark yourself. You done came over here. You know what I'm saying? You had an opportunity to hear the word and hear the truth. Hey, man, but hey, you know what I'm saying? I said, death coming to you, you know, if they don't repent.
Hey, let's go. The Lord had him drive over here just to get marked. Because it's very well, she knew what was going on already.
And you know what? We don't have to be there to see it happen to them. It's gonna happen. Anybody who don't come back to YAHAWASHI, who think that they too cool, you know what I'm saying, to hearken to YAHAWASHI, I dare you. You know what I'm saying? I dare you on the day of the Lord for you to have another agenda in mind on the mercy that he should show you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? On his day.
That's what the Lord is not going to embrace.
Right.
That's a stone that's going to be cast away. Hey, that's what the Lord is not coming to get. Is what the Lord say, forsake your thoughts and forsake your ways. You know, she pretty much said, that's what the Lord said, you know, I think my way is right.
I used to always wonder, like, will the Lord bless me to see these people be punished? I don't need to see it no more, man. I believe in YAHAWASHI and his word. So we know that it's going to happen to these people, man, because why? They walk with great pride. They got so much pride on them. Now, we know that Esau got pride on him, but guess what? Our people are full of pride, man.
When it's hurt, the part.
No, I was just going to say 8 and 50, where for many great miseries shall be done in the latter end, because these people have walked in great pride.
Yep.
Roughly paraphrasing, the second Idris,
Yep.
chapter 8 and verse 50, man. Like, man, our people have the nerve to have pride on them.
And the book of Sirach can tell you that the beginning of pride is when your heart depart from your maker.
Yes, sir.
And depart from his word. You don't forsake your thoughts. You hold on to your thoughts and pretty much say up what the Lord said.
Right.
And so when we ascend into a cloud, into the chariots, when the Lord embrace us and come get us, she gonna be part of our enemies that see us go up.
Right.
Because if you don't forsake your thoughts and embrace these words, you just made yourself an enemy to YAHAWASHI.
Right.
Because somebody like her, she probably got her own thoughts for the day of the Lord.
Right.
The Christian way. It's gonna be rainbows and sunshine.
You know how it go when a woman is raising kids in a house with no man? That's their train of thought. It's my way.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yep.
saying? It's gonna be my way. This is how it's supposed to go. This is how things are set up. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I ain't got no respect for nobody who don't have no respect for YAHAWASHI. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope that everything comes to you, you know what I'm saying, for being wicked comes to you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you repent.
Yep.
You know? Where you left off here?
Oh, so I just finished up. We can hear Revelation 11 and 12 one more time if you want to. I don't know if you want to go into something on it.
No, you got it.
Oh, yeah. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2.
Let me get on my phone.
Oh, you got it? I was over on my phone. Let me just put this down.
So, yeah, we're going to go up in ascend into heaven in a cloud, in a chariot, what the world calls UFOs, and the enemies of our own people, the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, as well as the third part of man, Esau, Edom. That hour, that day, that month and year, that's going to slay the third part of man. That's the moment we're going to ascend into the cloud, the chariot.
This precept is coming from Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 2. And it reads, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
When they see us ascend into that cloud, the chariot, our enemies are going to see it and be troubled.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for.
So they're gonna be amazed at the strangeness of our salvation. That's why the Lord said, forsake your thoughts. They thought the Lord was coming on a literal cloud or spiritual horses.
Right. Or he was gonna crack this. He gonna crack the sky coming back with silky blonde hair and blue eyes, in a white robe with his hands open like this.
Yeah.
I accept everybody.
Yeah.
No, I ain't read that. Have you?
No shit, not yet.
Right.
Not yet. And yeah, that hour, that day, that month of that year, that whole day gonna be strange. Because they never thought that nuclear missiles will fill the skies of America. So that's gonna be strange to the people, that this place actually about to be destroyed. Then the Lord gonna pull up with the chariots of heaven, the clouds of heaven.
Chariots of salvation.
And then the people who you despise are gonna be the ones that be delivered. That's the day of the Lord's vengeance in the year of his redeemed. That's gonna be a strange day to the people. A day that's gonna be talked about forevermore. You know, in the book of Jeremiah 16.
How much more is it gonna be talked about after? We talking about it this much before.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now it's gonna be that second Exodus.
It's about to be another parting of the Red Sea, but just in a different form.
And that red would be America. I mean Edom.
Saving Israel, man. Next precept is coming from the book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 2. And it reads, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Yahweh thy power out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
So we're gonna go up into the chariot until the indignation be overpassed, but eventually we're gonna come back down. So because remember, it's a time of plucking up. This kingdom is gonna be plucked up, but after that it's gonna be a time to plant, a time to build. The elect is gonna be part of that planting and that building process. So that bride that's gonna come down, that's the elect, the Lord's redeemed. Those who ascended up into the chariots, they're gonna come down. Like there's gonna be a day of the Lord, YAHAWASHI gonna come, or it's gonna be another day of the Lord when the elect come back. And because we're gonna make our return just as YAHAWASHI made his return. And that bride, that's who the Lord embraced in the time of destruction. You know, that's who the Lord rescued.
That bride is going to be the most important person in that day. It's like when somebody get married and they open up the doors wherever the wedding is, and when the bride is walking down, it's all about the bride that day. At that moment.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You know, the congregation is looking at the bride walk in.
You know,
and the husband is looking back at the bride. He can't wait till she get down there.
Yeah, it's good to say like the glory of a man is his woman. Well, we're gonna be the Lord's glory when we come back down in perfection, and the other nations see us. You know, a man wants the baddest, beautiful woman he can get. That ain't same thing with the Lord and his people. The Lord picked the best of the best. We the best right now. You know how much more when we made perfect.
And just think about it like this. What would a man do how would a man act, and what would he do to a person that harmed his bride?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? YAHAWASHI, he know each and everything that was done to his wife, his bride. You know what I'm saying? You might do something to her and think you got away with it, but guess what? At the end of the day, things that don't change is that's still gonna be his wife. But he gonna get you for all the things that you did to his bride.
Hey, the Lord said he got a controversy with the nations for scattering his people Israel. Yep, and the things that came after the scatter, the oppression, the devouring of our people. Hey, Lord, he got a problem with you about that.
Right. He gotta get up with you on that.
But yeah, that bride that's adorned for her husband, the elect. Hey, that's a time of rejoicing. You know, a time of dancing. Emotions all over the place. You know, just a moment ago, there was cries heard all throughout the earth. Well, high above the earth, we're gonna be rejoicing. And even in that, we still gonna be crying and not rejoicing. So the day of the Lord gonna be all those things at once. In Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter.
Next precept coming from Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 17. And it reads, they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree, in the midst eating swine's flesh and the abomination, and the mouse shall be consumed together, said the Lord.
Pretty much everybody that didn't forsake their thoughts.
Right.
Those of our people, they doing their own thing, they gonna be consumed in the nuclear destruction. And they not gonna be part of the Lord's redeemed.
Thinking that they in a good case.
Yup, they gonna be left ashamed. Meaning left for dead.
Or whatever Yahawashim Yahushua has planned for you.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? You preserve for that day, though. You know what I'm saying? Is it next precept is coming from the book of Micah? What's that? What is it?
7 and 10.
The book of Micah, chapter 7 and verse 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord, thy power Yahweh? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the street.
So on one hand, the servants of the Lord, they're going to be preserved. And the wicked of our women, they're going to be trodden down. But before they be trodden down, they're going to see the Lord showing favor to his servants. That's why Psalms 110 and 3 say, or 110 and 4, one of them say, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. So some of the women of our people, the Lord going to keep them alive long enough, and just to see the men of the Lord get that power, and then they're going to perish.
A lot of that
And that's going to be the build up to that final hour, day, that final moment.
Just think about these women out here today, man. You can't tell them nothing.
Oh, you can't tell them nothing with it's hot out.
Yeah, they got a fly enough mouth to combat anything you say. Even though you telling them that says the Lord, they got a rebuttal for something, even when they wrong. You know, and that's the day when Yahawashim Yahushua, he gonna put everybody in check.
Yep.
You know,
because the day of the Lord is his moment where he's gonna share it with his servants. You know, he gonna have us shine throughout that process too. Okay.
yeah.
That's about it.
All right, reading on. Next precept is coming from the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33 and verse 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them.
Yeah, when all these things that we just talked about in this lesson come to pass, all the things that the men of the Lord speaking according to this word come to pass, you're going to know that a prophet has been among you. If you don't believe in the famine, if you don't believe that we the men of the Lord when the famine happened, if you don't believe when the dollar crashed, if you don't believe in the blackout, you're going to believe when that certain hour, day, month, and year come about. Because can't nobody else tell you about the nuclear missiles except the true prophets. Hey, so one of these days, you're going to know who the true prophets are. It's going to be sooner or later. Might be through the plagues, or it's going to be the actual day of the Lord. But whenever you find out, it's going to be too late.
You had all the opportunity to take heed to the words of Yahawashim Yahushua. Because the only people who can tell you about Yahawashim Yahushua is the men that he raised up.
Yep.
You know, the true prophets of Yahawashim Yahushua.
Yep.
You know, and that's what we out here doing. Hopefully we are part of that number. Yahawashim Yahushua has raised up prophets in these last days. These last days. A lot of times, you know, you used to hear the old folks say, "That's how you know we in the last days." Yeah, they were somewhat right well, but now we are entering into the last of the last days. You know what I'm saying? Being one more day closer. We done took the S off days.
Yeah, straight
You know what I'm
up.
saying? We one more day closer to this. You know what I'm saying? But these people who don't believe, who don't think that this is real, and all these prophecies come to pass, that's how they gonna know that the prophets was out here telling them, hey, that was gonna happen. Why are you surprised? But at that time, you ain't gonna have nobody telling you, we told you that was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? They just gonna understand that, like the scripture said, a prophet had been among them. You know? You got anything else?
I know.
All right, we're gonna end it off on that note. Hopefully that this lesson was edifying. We'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakak Radash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, teaching his truth in his entirety. And also double honors to all the other elders that's out here pushing his truth in his entirety, non-stop, all throughout the four corners of the earth. DTA, Abab. You know, I just want to also say peace and salutation to the hopefully elect out there, and a shalom to the brothers that's out there on the highways ahead, making their bodies a living sacrifice. You know, shalom.
Shalom. Death to America.